All right, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yes, I guess fine girl. I'm always late. I mean, like even when I'm early, like I was here early, I was still late. Anyway, it's always a last minute bullshit, technical problems. Especially when you move your laptop around or your computer around too much, you get these stupid issues with it. So hopefully, tomorrow morning, by the way, which is the first time I'm doing a mid morning or rather midweek morning report. That's going to be on the Angry Truth channel only. So for those of you that didn't hear, I'm starting, sorry, a Wednesday midweek morning report. It's going to be once a week, every Wednesday. We'll be doing not weird, but all the bullshit that's going on. We're going to try to cover a lot of it in, a couple of minutes. We're not going to spend too much time on each topic unless the topic is a big to do. Like one topic for tomorrow that should catch some people's interest is something they're doing in Sweden where they have a euthanizing machine. It's called a death machine, really, but it's a euthanizing machine where people who want to kill themselves can legally do it and comfortably, apparently. So in Switzerland, right? Switzerland, sorry, it's legal to commit suicide, or it's legal to kill yourself. But I think you have to do it through the way of a doctor. This way is a little more comfortable. We're going to get into that tomorrow at the mid-morning report. So tomorrow's, guys, mid-morning report, I was going to start it at 10 o'clock in the morning, but tomorrow and tomorrow only, I have to start it at 9 in the morning because I have something to do at 11 o'clock in Brooklyn, and it's a pain in the ass to get from here to there. So tomorrow is going to be the only day. It's at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Hopefully I changed the time. I'll check it now. But while I check, it's not even episode social. Let's see. I don't think I changed the time. So let me fuck around with it real quick. But anyway, guys, today we're going to talk about, again, bad things that are coming to New York State. There are, if I'm not mistaken, 8 bills that are in right now that are set to finish destroying the United States. Spider-Man. It's not even called a suicide pod. It's they have another name for it, but it's not a suicide pod. But that's not the legal term you want to use when you're trying to sell a device. But yeah, people are calling it a suicide pod. But let's see. All right, so I have to switch the time. Apparently, not that it was that important, but I have to switch the time to 9 a.m. And the midweek morning report, guys, it's going to be short, like maybe half hour, 20 minutes, half hour. I'm not going to sit here for an hour, every week, but it's once a week as of right now. Christy, I heard about there's another euthanized place. I don't think it was Switzerland, but it was another place where before you get euthanized, you have to have the jab. That is about the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So you're ready to kill yourself, off yourself, go to sleep forever, however you want to call it, and yet they want you to be vaccinated before you do so. Because I guess in that final hour you might still give COVID while you. I don't know. Stupidity's getting stupider, guys. It's impossible uh, to stay track of everything that's going on. Right? I mean, to track everything that's going on, guys, it's virtually impossible. There's so many stupid things, so many little stupid things going on. It's Yeah, right. And then the suicide pod, guys. It's biodegradable. I so like after you're done in the pod, I thought they took you out, but they don't. They leave you and then they bury you in a pod. I mean, this again, guys, the stupidity of the world. That's something we're going to talk about tomorrow. I, there's not much. Some of the shit that I read, so that I can do this midweek morning thing. I couldn't believe some of the shit I was reading. I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, seriously. The world, guys, not just America, the world is falling to shit. Scott, we can definitely send Biden one, and Kamala Harris. We can get a fucking twofer, a double person pod, suicide pod. Send it to both of those idiots, because why not? You know what? Matter of fact, that should be a Christmas gift for all asshole socialist Democrats. A nice suicide pod. Here you guys go. Make the wise choice. Put yourself to sleep forever. But anyway, it's not the point. Let's get to what's really going on now, guys. When I say bad things are coming to New York State, there are 8 bills that are in right now at the state Senate bill and Assembly bills, are in right now looking to get passed. And these bills are pretty much, actually all of them are related and or surrounded around the whole COVID and or vaccine. So these bills are essentially going to crush the city and or cause an upheaval. I'm hoping for an upheaval. But let's get started. So there's Assembly Bill 837. And by the way, guys, I'm going to put the links of each bill in the description section below, either later tonight or tomorrow morning. So Assembly Bill 8378 authorizes the Commissioner of Health to develop and supervise the execution of a program of immunization against COVID for the purposes of state aids to school, which is saying it requires kids in pre-K, right? Pre-K to 12th grade to be, to have the shot mandatory. To have the mandatory shot, Jesus, I don't know why I'm fucking that up. So to go to school, you have to have the COVID vaccine from pre-K to high school. That is Bill A8378, an Assembly bill started by Dinowitz, who's a Democrat. I don't know his first name. I don't even really give a fuck about his first name, being that he put this in. So, with that, guys, there's another bill, State Senate Bill 6495, requires immunization of certain post-secondary schools for COVID-19, meaning mandatory vaccination for all college students. Right now, most colleges, guys, have already instituted this. But this is a bill that follows right behind Assembly Bill 8378. Again, guys, these mandatory bills are absolute. And here's the kicker. Some of these bills have double, 2 bills. So, for example, Senate State Bill 6495 also has an Assembly Bill 7829. Both of these bills are going in conjunction with each other, and they mean and serve the purpose of the same thing. So I guess if it gets knocked at the Senate level, it's still a passing assembly. I don't know how that works. I sort of dived into it, but not much. But anyway, moving right along, guys. So, Assembly Bill 8398. And guys, you can look these bills up as I go through them for yourself, so that you're also checking it out, because some of this shit's unfucking real. Anyway, Assembly Bill 8398 relates to limiting exemptions from immunization, meaning they are trying to either get rid of or super limit, I guess, the ability to not take any shots or vaccines moving forward. So it's not just COVID, it's all vaccines and or shots moving forward. They want to limit the ability of people using religious exemption as a way of getting out of that. Why would you do that? Why would you set a bill that limits religious exemptions for work and school? So this is statewide. Statewide, they want to get rid of religious exemptions. Now, they did get rid of religious exemptions, though you can still apply for it for certain religions. So it's not completely gone, but with Bill 8398, it will be completely gone. And it says limiting exemptions, they really mean getting rid of it. So they are going out of their way, above and beyond control, so that they can make sure you have no way of getting out of getting the shot. That is some evil shit. Simple, guys. That is the most evil shit I can see, when you're trying to figure out every way possible to get someone to take it by limiting their choices on whether or not they can take it or cannot take it. So if they go for an exemption, they're like, all right, you got the exemption. Now they want to stop that because they want to get as many people as they possibly can on this drug. So, moving right along. I already talked about Senate State Bill 6495. That was the requiring or mandating all college students get vaccinated. Right? And then we have Assembly Bill 2316, relates to mandatory influenza vaccine for persons attending daycare. Mandatory flu shots for kids from pre-K to the 12th grade, guys. They want all school kids to get the influenza shot, which is the flu shot. So not only do they want you to get the COVID shot, now they want you and forcing you to get the flu shot, which is another one that's not needed. Shoshi, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Guys, again, well above control. This can't even be controlled. This has to be something else, but I don't know. I don't know because this is just very, very strange that they are now forcing the flu shot in one of these bills. Now, moving along, you got State Senate Bill 937. Provides treatment for sexually transmitted diseases to minors without their parents' consent or guardians' consent. Sorry. So whether you have a guardian or a parent, they want you to be able to get treatment for sexually transmitted diseases without your parents knowing. So now, one side of me does see this with younger teens, or older teens rather, 15, 16, 17-year-old. I get that, all right? But still, without the parents' consent. So now this kid gets a treatment or a shot, and it doesn't work out. They have an adverse reaction to it. Now the parent is sitting there looking at their kid lying on the floor or acting funny, and they have to sit there and go, what's going on with your kid? I don't know. I woke up and he was on the floor. Okay, so then they do all these tests, and they find out this kid had an adverse reaction to whatever shot or treatment they were given to some sexually transmitted disease. This is, guys, the problem with Democrats. They do shit like this, and this is why you want to fucking wholeheartedly punch them in the face, because of shit like this. They're trying to take the parenting away from the parents by letting their kids, who don't know any better, make silly decisions that could fucking destroy their lives. Dan and Andrews, the Twilight Zone episode we're living in, I don't know. Maybe this is a first. Maybe this is an original Twilight Zone episode. The shit that we're going through right now. So, guys, with that, yeah, okay, fuck us, right? Fuck parents, and let kids do what they want to do. The other side of that, where I see it going bad, is if you start letting kids make these decisions, this also can go down the lines of letting kids make the choice to get vaccinated, again, with something like this. Well, I don't have to have your consent. I'm going to take the vaccine. And then there'll be a lot of homeless motherfucking kids in the street, I'll tell you that much. My kid pulls that shit, I'm like, guess where you're living tomorrow? It's called a group home, asshole, you know? So, I don't know, guys. This is them destroying the family dynamics. That's one of the things. Family dynamics is important, and they're looking to destroy it. The Democrats are, anyway. Also, guys, do me a favor while we are at it. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, the thumbs down, whatever makes you happy. If you're hating on me again tonight, do me a favor, hit the thumbs down. If you are liking what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. If you just want to support the thumbs down community, hit the thumbs down. Whatever, guys. The earth is round. Here we go. Someone's trying to start the earth is flat debate on here, which is always funny. It's very, very amusing. I'm waiting for a flat asteroid to hit us. How about that? Maybe the moon's fucking flat. It's like a plate, and every time we look at it, it's round. Anyway, I'm not getting into it tonight. Sorry. All right, so with that, guys, you're going to school now. Sorry, you're going to school. They want minors to have their own decision to be treated for sexually transmitted diseases. I don't know. I really don't know. All right, guys, moving right along. State Senate Bill 3041 permits any child who is at least 14 years of age to have administered him or herself certain immunizations required or recommended by law. This is the catchy one, the one I was just mentioning earlier. So that means your kid over the age of 14, or 14 and up, rather, sorry, can go get whatever immunizations they want without you knowing about it. Again, taking parenting away from parents. All right? So that's two bills back to back, guys. And these bills are, this bill actually was by someone called Kruger, which is a Democrat, and Fahey, another Democrat. Two Democratic assholes. I mean, really. And then Pauline and Kruger were also in the responsible for State Senate Bill 937. So these people, guys, are absolute assholes. These are where you go to these people's homes and you make their lives a living hell. I think. Andy from NYC says, get vaccinated. I don't know if he's breaking balls or if you guys want to handle it. By all means, if you guys want to handle it, go ahead. Listen, I had a guy today, and I think he was a deaf guy because he had hearing aids in both his ears, and he saw me on the train, and he goes, he's looking at me, and he's shaking his head, and I already know what the shaking head is because I don't have a mask on. So he's staring at me, and he's shaking his head again, and I'm like, oh, God, are we going to get into it? I don't know sign language. I don't know how to curse out somebody in sign language other than the middle finger. So I move over to one door. He happens to walk out of that door that I'm standing by, and he mutters some shit about mask. It's all I heard. And I heard it as he's walking by, and I'm like, I didn't even want to, what was I going to do? How was I going to sign language, like go fuck yourself or, eat a dick, I don't know. So I just left it alone. And that was the first time, I guess because he was deaf, I left it alone. I was just like, what am I going to do, right? So I didn't want to do that. And that probably would have pissed him off, but whatever. I let it go. It was just like, and I saw it coming. I saw it coming from a mile away. He was just, he was just like shaking his head and, being a liberal prick. Well, whatever. It is what it is. You can't argue with everyone, I suppose, right? And that was probably a case in point. But anyway, moving right along, guys. State Senate Bill 75A relates to adults. Listen to this, guys. Relates to adults' vaccination reporting requirement. All adult vaccine reports or records must be given to the state. So they want to know who's vaccinated and who's not. Well, why does Jason Charles not have a vaccine record report here? Because he's not vaccinated, sir. Okay, so let's keep an eye on him. Right? So, again, guys, that's State Senate Bill 75A. All right? Next one and the last one. Guys, these are a lot of bills they threw out there, by the way. Last bill is State Senate Bill 1653. Relates to requirement of immunization information system to record data on the number of vaccine exemptions reported by each healthcare provider. Requires tracking of all medical exemptions by the state. So, again, they want to also now, for those who are exempt, under the limited exemptions or religious exemptions, they want to track who's exempt. Dan Rose, I saw the thumbnail for the new Chainsaw Massacre movie. I didn't watch the trailer yet. I was actually, and I hate to say it, I was a little excited about the new Matrix trailer that came out yesterday, but I see where they're going with the Matrix. I think Trinity is going to be the new Neo, and they're going to kill Neo again. I think they unplug him during one of the things. But anyway, that's movie talk. We'll save that movie talk for another day. But I was all about the new Matrix trailer. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm definitely going to watch when I get to it. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That's a big boy. How do we get to talking about ass on here. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to go there. Anyway, so guys, with that being said, New York State, if any of these bills go through, New York State is fucked. Hochul is going to be the next governor. I don't think she's going to win. People are going to vote for the governor, for the devil they know, not the devil they don't know. Now, I did meet a gentleman today. Let me get his name. It's Derek Gibson. He is a black Republican that is running for governor here in New York State. He says that by next year or January, he's going to ramp it up. So, real quick, guys, I had the pleasure of meeting him today at I hate to say this, a failed protest at de Blasio's house, which is being renovated. So probably about 30 of us showed up tonight. That was earlier tonight around 5 o'clock. And we go to the de Blasio's house, and it's under construction. It's being renovated. With that, I run into this Derek Gibson guy. Derek Gibson is a pretty squared away dude. Talking to him, he isn't for any of the shit that's going on. He's looking to make the state better. He's looking to make the city better. So Derek, not Eric, Derek Gibson, running for New York State governor. All right. So anyway, guys, this guy, and it's Derek, Derrick, right? And he is, again, this is a guy that I'm going to actually listen to a little more before I before I say I'm voting for him. But for everything I spoke about with him today, he's spot on the level. So keep that name, look out for that name for those of you that live in New York State, Derek Gibson. So had the pleasure talking to him. So real quick, we're standing in front of de Blasio's dilapidated fucking home. It's being worked on. We're hanging out there, and at some point, guys, I realized I'm like, yo, this is a bust. So it was one of those last minute protests where it was a word of mouth, and they just wanted to get a couple people together to, I don't know, throw shit or bricks at his home, whatever it was. That being said, 30 of us showed up, and we're just standing there, and they're blocking the street, and there's a garbage truck there, and they blocked the garbage truck, and, the cops finally come after like 45 minutes, and the cops they wanted nothing to do with it. It was fucking cold outside. They were like, why are we here? I talked to two cops. I'm like, sorry about this, but it's a necessity. They're like, yeah, it is what it is. And that was it. And then nothing happened. Then, then I left. I was like, this is failed. I told the lady, next time, put this shit on social media. Let's get thousands of people there. But though, the house that he's staying in, which is, I think it's 422 11th Street in Brooklyn, Park Slope to be exact. It's under renovations, and he's never going back there again. And that's the only reason why I gave out the address, because it's under renovations. He's never going back there again. He's actually renting it out and making money on top of what he's making as mayor. So the piece of shit that he is making money on sort of like, renting out his house. But, listen, guys, I was praying to God that fucking lightning strikes that place now while there's nobody in it. Because the people who are in it have nothing to do with him. But, it'll burn to the fucking ground, so fuck him. Being that he wants to wreck the city, someone should have wrecked his goddamn home. But that's another story for another time. Or another situation for another time, rather. Sorry. But, guys, again, piece of shit. Piece of shit the guy is. And it was a wasted event. Like I went down there, a couple people were like, this is a bust. I'm like, it was. Now, not every protest is going to be fucking, the hoopla and successful. That's for sure. But this one was a bit of it was a waste of time, And it was a waste of time for me because right now there's like 11 things I need to be doing at any given moment, So, other than that, if they have another one, I'll go. But he doesn't give a fuck. That's the problem. Anything we do in regards to de Blasio, whether we protest, stand in front of his home, throw fucking cans of Spam at him, it don't matter, guys. He doesn't give a fuck. He's out of here anyway. So the next mayor is who you got to fucking turn the heat on. What's his name? Eric Adams. Yeah, Sentry spawn. Tar and feather does not work. And yes, guys, like I said before, unfortunately, the hard shit's gonna need to start being done. I can't say much on here about that, obviously, for the obvious reasons. I can say it on Rumble, and I will. I will be putting out a video on the shit that needs to be done. Because that's the only way we're going to be recognized or heard from. You know, is doing some real shit. That's where we are right now. Because everything else, man, all the light pussy footing bullshit, it's not going to be heard. Mary Jean, I do not think Adams will trash the mandates. I think he won't be as heavy on them as de Blasio. I think he might clean up the city in pertaining to crime, but I don't think he'll leave it alone altogether. But I also don't think he'll go as hard as de Blasio did. You know. Jack Spring, exactly. The time for talk is over. I think the problem is, you know, do you do it by yourself or do you do it with a group of people? Like I told the wife last night, I'm going to, we're going to de Blasio's house. We're gonna protest around there. And I told her, I said, I'll probably be getting arrested tomorrow night. But the shit didn't happen. Like I said, it was a bust. Not a lot of people showed up. And then to boot, it was under construction, you know. So that was that. But yeah, guys, if I continue going to these protests, I'm 1,000% sure I'm gonna get arrested at a couple of them. It is what it is. Anyway. Moving right along, guys. We're going to talk about preparing for the next Great Depression. I did a video on this. The video was fucking like 27 minutes long, so I had to break it down to two parts. Listen, I hate watching videos over 10 minutes. That's me. And not because I have a short attention span. I just, unless the video's really good, then I can sit there and listen to it for 20 minutes. But this video I did for preparing for the next Great Depression, I had to break it into two videos. Because I don't want to do it, so I don't want you guys to sit there through it. Yeah, guys, sending bail money. Listen, I don't think I need bail money. I really don't. They're letting criminals out who are fucking stabbing, punching, pushing people in the train tracks. These fucking criminals are doing some violent shit and getting released the next day with a smack on the wrist and a warning. So, if I'm protesting and I get locked up because I didn't leave the premises fast enough, that's a fucking smack on the wrist. I ain't worried about it. Okay. It looked like I froze on here. Am I buffering, guys? Let me know. Looks like I'm not getting any complaints. All right. Someone said yes, no, 5x5, no, you're good. Okay, so it must be my iPad. My iPad is buffering. I don't know why it's being a bitch right now. But all right, guys, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, so moving right along, guys. Preparing for the next Great Depression. Obviously, we're headed in that direction. We're seeing this unbelievable bubble with the economy, like, keep getting bigger, and we're all looking at it just going like this, waiting for it to pop. It's going to pop. But I think it's going to be a gradual decline into the Depression. I don't think it's going to be a sudden drop like it was in 1929. 1929 was like, holy shit. We're going to watch this happen and be like, all right, we're headed in that direction. Let's do what we need to do to prepare. Now, if you are a prepper, you should always be preparing. You shouldn't be preparing for one thing. You should be preparing for multiple things. And a lot of us, guys, will probably be losing our jobs come next year. So, you should be prepping for the loss of your job, possible loss of your job. So, some of these things I'm going to go through, you guys heard me say this before. It's sort of like beating a dead horse, but guess what, guys? I'm going to beat that dead horse until I turn it into paste. So, let's get on with it. Now, preparing for the next Great Depression, guys, these are just ideas. You do not have to follow them. You don't even have to take any of it in consideration. But one of the things I like people to start with are canned goods. So we're going to get into a couple of other things that I would recommend that might cost you some money, but are well worth it. And then some things are just outrageously expensive, but could be worth it if you have the money to do it and the time. Right? So Canned good, guys. Always go for canned goods. They are 1776 Freedom. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Um, why not move to a conservative state? Guys, listen, we're leaving New York State, but unfortunately, we're not going to leave to the end of the year. 2022, that is. Sorry. And conservative states don't always mean they're going to stay conservative, right? Sometimes, guys, some of this shit changes, and it turns Democrat, right? So we got to pick and choose where we're going to go. Sorry, I see a comment from Sophia, sorry. She says, watching what we're going through. Yeah, man, Sophia, it's a shit fucking sandwich. That's what it is. What we're going through right now is a shit sandwich, right? So anyway, guys, um, start with canned goods. Canned goods are possibly the cheapest options you can go with in regards to saving food, putting food away. Going to a supermarket and looking at those deals where it's like 5 cans of Chef Boyardee for $3, right? Those are always good. Good sales if you like Chef Boyardee or Spam, for example. They have those unbelievable sales on Spam, right? The 20 cans of Spam for $1 because no one buys that shit. They have those sales there. So always go to a supermarket. Always look for the sales when you're looking at canned goods. I mean, if you really want to buy the canned goods at a regular price, do so. But try to wait for a sale. Sales, you'll always yield way more than you think. Also, guys, when you're looking at canned goods, make sure you inspect the can. A lightly dented can is not the end of the world. A heavy dented can could mean, not always, be contaminated with botulism. Not always, guys. I've had dented cans, ate it months later, if not years later, and I'm still alive. Botulism is a thing, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be. I guess technology today in the cans made it better. I don't know. Nonetheless, guys, if you are one of those, like some people just hate dented cans, don't buy it. Check your cans before you put it in your cart. If it's dented on the rim, don't worry about it. Make sure it's not bulging, like swollen, because that's no good. And just look at the dates on the can as well, guys. Make sure the date is not too old. It also gives you a better timing of how long you have with that can. Now, I did open up a condensed can of tomato soup from 2013 just 2 weeks ago, and it tasted just fine. There was nothing wrong with it, guys. So, again, canned goods are the way to go. And I've eaten some old shit. I think my oldest canned good I've eaten was 8 years or 9 years old. And it tasted fine. It smelled fine. And that's the other thing, guys. When you open this up, make sure you smell it first. Right? You smell it, a little taste, and then eat it. Don't, go without smelling. And then usually people normally open the can and taste and smell it anyway. But that's not the point. Yeah, and when you if you lick it and it tastes weird, stop eating it. Now somebody just said botulism dies at 165 degrees, so yes, you can cook it off. Especially if you're in a survival situation, guys, that's to be considered. I know now you look at a can and if it's swelling or something like that, you're gonna toss it. You're not gonna fucking. No, you can't smell botulism, but you can't smell it going bad. The can, that is. I know you can't smell botulism, but you can't smell it going bad. All right, that's one thing. Botulism, though, unfortunately, you can't lick it either. You're not going to get sick right away. My point is, if the can is dented, use your discretion. Me, I'm still going to buy it, but a lot of people will throw it away. All right, guys, moving right along. Where we go? Freeze-dry foods. Now, the freeze-dry food, guys, listen. It seems to be a touchy subject with a lot of people because a lot of people like to down freeze-dry food. Oh, someone says, no, you cannot cook out botulism. All right, whatever. I'm still going to take my chance with the dented can. I've in the past, and I've been fine. I've yet to get sick. Now, here is a bit of a warning. During a shit hits the fan scenario, guys, a dented can could mean you could get sick. Doesn't mean you're always going to get sick. Could mean you're going to get sick. Maybe you want to avoid that dented can during the shit hits the fan scenario. Because if you get sick, there's no way of you getting better if you go to the hospital. The hospitals are out, down, abandoned, whatever it is. So do yourself a favor, avoid a dented can if that is your personality. Me personally, I'm going to eat it. All right. So like I said, I've always taken chances. I will always take chances, and that's just how I've always been. I know people like, oh, but you could get sick. I could get sick, but I don't. I don't have a fucking bitch stomach. Never have, never will. Like I said, and not saying that I've eaten botulism before, but it's not always the case, guys. It's not always the case. I know some people seem to think that, your can is dented slightly and that's it. It's botulism. It's not the case. But anyway, moving along. Freeze-dried food, guys, it is pricey. Freeze-dried food is pricey. The other downside of freeze-dried food is you're using water to reconstitute it, to make it edible. If you live in the city and you have water put away, do yourself a favor. Make sure if you get freeze-dried foods, make sure you put water away for those freeze-dried food as well. Don't gather 20 gallons of water, of drinking water, then you get freeze-dried goods, and now you have to reconstitute it, and now you're like, shit, but I only have 20 gallons of water. Make sure you have water set aside for the freeze-dried foods. Freeze-dried food, guys, in a link below, I sell something from a company started called Nutrient Survival. They have nutrients in their freeze-dried food, which is excellent. If you want to go a little above that, there's something called Peak Refuel. Peak Refuel is one of the top of the line freeze-dried foods out there. But their food is expensive. Their pouches, for one, it is $13 And yes, freeze-dried food. Thank you, Green Greg's. Freeze-dried food, on the upside, you can take it with you. You can bug out with it if you had to. You can bug out with canned goods, but canned goods are heavy. I did see a person, believe it or not, that had canned goods in their bug out bag. I lifted the lady's bug out bag, and I thought I was going to blow out a bicep because I did not expect that to be as heavy. So when I lifted it up, I was, holy shit, what's in it? Bricks? And she had this look on her face, and I looked in her bag, and I was like, oh shit. And I'm like, listen, this is what you need to put in your bag, your bug out bag. She had canned goods in there, guys. And I felt bad for her because it wasn't that she didn't know. She knew she couldn't carry it, have that in there. That's all she could afford. So if that's all you can afford, guys, then that's what you're carrying with you, right? Eric, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Again, guys, I've seen some incredible shit on some of the bug out bag weekends I used to do here with the group in New York City, the NYC Preppers group. I've seen some crazy shit, and I've seen some people carry some crazy shit with them. I've seen some people do some crazy shit. So, Hutch, man, what's going on, man? Thank you for joining us tonight. So again, freeze-dried food is light. It's worth its weight in gold. But again, you have to use water to reconstitute it. And you have to be careful of which freeze-dried food companies you go with. Some are better than others. Some are just shit. Because, like Canadian Prepper said in one of his videos, they're just giving you some shit to eat, knowing that you're probably never going to get to it anyway. So they could put whatever the fuck they want to put in it. Right? So anyway, guys, keep in mind, if you're going to go with freeze-dried foods, the Nutrient Survival, which is in the description section below, or Peak Refuel, again, which is very expensive. And Peak Refuel you can get on Amazon for $13 a pouch. And if you can get it on Amazon for $13 a pouch, it's probably way more expensive elsewhere. So keep that in mind. MRE, guys. MREs are good to eat, but I would definitely mix it up. I wouldn't eat MREs every day. I would make sure it's in with the variety of other foods I have. If you have high blood pressure, MREs might not be the choice for you because they are high in sodium. Though a lot of them are good tasting now, they are high in sodium. You might want to avoid it. But if that's all you have, you might want to eat that once a week, at best. MREs last a very long time. Very long time. They come in a thick plastic pouch, which is when you get that plastic pouch, guys, you're like, holy shit. There's a lot you can do with it. Like, you can use it as a container. There's a lot of things you can do with that plastic pouch. I'd probably do a video on it later. But MRE, guys, are meals ready to eat. For those of you that don't know, meals ready to eat. They're military based. They were made for the military. And there are commercial brands now. So you have to look them up. I know there's one called XMRE. I know the Canadian Prepper sells it on his website, but that's the commercial brand. And the other way of getting MREs are going through eBay and talking to someone who's selling them. Reese B, thank you for the donation. The problem with getting them online, guys, through eBay is they are super fucking high. Expensive, sorry. And like an asshole, a couple times, I got into an eBay war just because we were having a dick measuring contest on eBay, and I was like, nope, I'm winning this fucking box, and I paid way more than I had to for a box of MREs. So do yourself a favor, don't get into a dick measuring contest. Pay about $40 for the box, maybe 50, but I paid like $80, no, 120 for a box because I got into a fucking a dick measuring contest. And after I paid for it, it dawned on me it was probably the guy in another account trying to, marking it up. So, and then after I realized that, I stopped doing that, right? But anyway, guys, MREs are a way to go. Maliki, MREs last longer than 5 to 10 years. Under the right conditions, they last longer than 5 to 10 years. And believe me, I have MREs at about 11 to 12 years old now. So they last longer than that. If they are in a heated condition, or let's say a hot home, for whatever reason your home is hot, yes, it's going to deteriorate faster. The MREs and even your canned goods are going to deteriorate faster the warmer your house is. So keep that in mind, guys. They can last a long time in the optimal condition. Let's see. Oh, so this one I have to talk about. Canning your own food. Guys, ever since I canned my own shit, I came to the realization, and a lot of you people told me this before, so I have to apologize. You people have told me this before. You put so much food away with canning your own shit. You guys have said that, but I didn't realize it until I saw it for myself, until I took the canned goods, the carrots that I canned, and put them on the shelf. And when I put them on the shelf, I'm like, I did that. I put more food away. So you are putting way more food away when you can. And I know you guys have said it a million times in the chat. You guys have said it 1,000 times. Shame on me. Until I saw it with my own 2 eyes, I was like, holy shit. And then I dry canned as well, and I put beans and rice away. I was like, holy shit. Yo, it's awesome. It is awesome. Time consuming, but awesome. But it's worth it. Now that people like, it's too time consuming. It is, but fuck it. It's therapy. It's you looking at food going, I'm putting more shit away. Obviously you bought your materials for the canning, but you're saving so much fucking money, and you're saving your family so much heartache by canning your own shit. It's awesome. I wish you guys would have fucking smacked me in the face and told me about it before, but after I did it, I was like, wow, I was really impressed. Because now I'm like, yo, look at all the shit that I'm putting on my shelves now. All right? Awesome shit, guys. So I would definitely say canning is the way to go when you're preparing for the next Great Depression. All of this shit is the way to go, guys. Listen, nothing here is an exact science, or rather it is, but it's not exact. I know some people don't get a dented can ever. When you're fucking hungry, guys, the dented can thing, for example, let's go back to that, in botulism. When you're hungry, you're going to eat some shit. Period. And you're going to take chances when you're starving. Now, as a prepper, we try to minimize that, right? We try to minimize eating fucked up food. We try to minimize eating spoiled food. But if this thing goes on longer than it should, you might be eating that. You might be trying to find a way how to eat around spoiled meat, right? Fucked up meat, a dented can. You might open it up and go, fuck, I'm going to have to take my chances. So, again, keep in mind, guys, we're doing this so that we don't end up there. We're doing all of this. We're canning goods. We're collecting MREs, freeze-dried foods, so we don't end up there. But if this shit goes like it did in the road, it goes too long, You don't know what the. You might have to do some fucked up shit. Speaking of fucked up shit, I'll talk that story later. Talk about that story later. So, guys, let's move right along. Where the hell are we? Oof, 10 minutes left. This was a fast live stream. All right, shit. All right, guys. So let's talk about vacuum sealing. Now, vacuum sealing your food is another great way to preserve your food, guys. Excellent way to preserve your food. It does save you space. You can put them in a vacuum seal bags, and you can put them in a vacuum seal bags and fold them and vacuum seal them flat and stack them in a bin like I have at home. The anti-feminist woman. I have a 15-pound turkey I was looking to get rid of. If I can that, do I do it raw, right? I don't know. I have the turkey. I wanted to can it, but I don't know what to do with it. Like, I'm staring at it like, do I can this? Do I break it down? Do I take it off the bones? Do I chop it up? What do I do? You know, with that turkey that I have in there. So, Jean, thank you for tonight. Jean W is one of my moderators. She's like fucking going at it tonight. Jean and Northern Girl are both fucking hammering it, and Prepper now. It seems like it turned into the Wild West in here, and they are fucking locking people up. Holy shit. Bobby, I have a pressure canner. I have one. That's what I did my canning with, a pressure canner. But can it in turkey broth. Okay, all right. Someone said can it in turkey broth. Can it with bacon lathered overcooked. Then can it in meat or sandwich. All right. It's a lot. Listen, guys. Yeah. You know what? I'll do another live pertaining to canning the turkey. Canning is the bomb. Yes, Belinda. Canning is the bomb. Canning is the shit. I can't talk. I mean, listen. You guys, those of you that have been canning for a while, you know. But yo, canning's the shit, man. It makes you feel like fuck everyone else. I'm in charge of my own fucking world now. You know, that's what canning is right now. At least for me. It's like a kid that just found like a fucking toy. It's like, holy shit. Taking jars out of the canner now. The Northern Girl said she's taking jars out of the canner now. Very good. So, guys, vacuum sealing your food. You can preserve your food for a long time. You can preserve rice, beans, sugar, salt, all of the dried stuff with no problem. The thing with rice I learned is that we vacuum sealed rice. We used to vacuum seal it all the time. Whenever I bought it, I vacuum sealed it, and then we used it. Vacuum sealed rice, and I made a mistake in my video. I said a year, but we vacuum sealed rice, and we had it in the vacuum sealer for, you know what? It was a year. By the time we got to the stuff in the back, it was about a year, and it had a plasticky taste to it, even after you cooked it. So we stopped putting it in there. We just left it in the bags that it came in. But someone recommended I put it in brown paper bags, then vacuum seal it, and see if that changes the taste. I said, oh, why not? All right, so anyway, guys, vacuum sealing is the way to go. You can vacuum seal meat, put it in the freezer as well. Keep in mind, though, with some of the vacuum seal bags, guys, if you vacuum seal these bags and you freeze it, the more you move shit around in that freezer, the higher chances you have of popping a hole or a crack in it, rather, and then freezer burn setting in. So keep that in mind. If you're going to freeze dry your meat, make sure you put the meat that you're not going to move around so much at the bottom of your fridge or at the back of your freezer, sorry. Mylar bags. I have a bunch of Mylar bags, actually, too, that I can use. Maybe I should do that next time. Use Mylar bag the rice. That's a good idea. Should hit the fan engineering. Thank you. All right, guys. Next, to moving right along, hunting. Hunting needs to be done, guys. I'm supposed to be doing hunting Thursday. I'm going up to Farmer John's land and going to do some hunting, hopefully. So much shit going on right now. I'm hoping to make it this Thursday. But hunting, guys, is a necessity. It's a skill that we all need. We should absolutely be practicing it a couple of times a year, or maybe more than a couple of times a year, rather. Sorry. Especially the processing part of the animal. You should be practicing more than a couple of times a year. Nonetheless, guys, hunting is a very needed skill. But if you live in New York State and we come to a point in time where you have to hunt, the possibility, rather, sorry, let me walk that back. There's a possibility that there are going to be less animals out there. There's a possibility that the animals that are alive are going to go further into the forest, away from people, because you're going to have every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to hunt for their food. And you're going to have so many amateurs out there. Fishing as well, Northern Girl. Fishing, you're going to have amateurs fishing, you're going to have amateurs hunting. You're going to have amateurs fucking the ecosystem up because they're going to kill it all and take it all and leave everyone else with nothing. So, you got to take hunting into consideration, but you also got to realize that if you're going to go hunting and the shit is on, try to get your shit squared away before every asshole gets out there and fucks it up. Alright? Yeah, guys, listen, that's the other thing too, if the animals retreat further into the woods, you're going to have to retreat further into the woods. And the further into the woods you retreat to hunt that animal, keep in mind, if you kill that animal, you have to drag his ass all the way back out. The other thing too, during the grid down scenario, shit hits the fan scenario, the next Great Depression, guys, there could be a guy watching you go hunting, kill that animal, and then take it from you once you're done. So keep that in mind when you're out there hunting and it's a shit hits the fan scenario. Make sure that you're by yourself, and that if you process the meat, bring the processed meat out, and I would say bring it to as close as you can to your car, your vehicle, and then take them out like parts at a time. So in case you get robbed, they only get a couple, not all of it. Someone just asked me, I think someone asked me twice today if I'd taken the shot yet. I did not take the shot. I don't know how many times I need to say that. If you guys are, curious, no, I didn't take the shot. It's not going to happen, guys. L10L, I did a video on what to expect for 2022. And I'm going to tell you right now, the long short of it is, I don't know. There's so many things going on. There's so many moving parts as to what's going to happen next year. I think we might see some more restrictions if they carry on with this new variant. I think they're going to double down on the vaccine mandates. I think they're going to come out with more vaccines for different variants. We're going to see more division in this country. And I think the division is going to be pertaining to the vaccination and not maybe race. I think the race thing might be healing itself, but I think we're definitely going to see more fighting with the whole vaccine bullshit. Right, guys? So, I don't know. I don't know where else to go with what else is going to happen. And I think there's going to be a curveball or two. And I think those curveballs are going to hurt. I don't think they're going to be some like lackadaisical, we'll get through this kind of shit. I mean, we'll get through anything, guys. But I think we're going to see some fucked up shit next year. I don't know if we're going to see the economy tank or not, but I don't know if it's going to happen next year. It could happen 2023 or 2024. Who knows? But at this point, it doesn't matter. At this point, we just need to be getting ready. It's good to talk about it, but all we need to be doing, guys, is continue to get ready, right? I don't think we need to, keep trying to figure out what's going to happen. What we need to start figuring out is how much more shit can we put away. And if your house is packed, where else can I pack my fucking house? Yeah, Big Mad, the race issue is fake. That's why it's dying off, because I think people are dumb with buying into the bullshit. Listen, I mean, you got liberals who are still buying into the bullshit. Don't get me wrong, carrying on with it. But I think it's all bullshit, and I think a lot of people saw through it. And I'm hoping more people see through the bullshit that's going on now. There are people waking up. There are people like Trevor Noah, right? Or Noah Trevor. Trevor Noah, right? That fucking South African prick, look at the trouble he's in for saying that this new variant came about because Big Pharma needs its money. That's all he said. And now the liberals are throwing him under the bus. Mark, thank you for the donation, right? So he made an honest observation, and his own are turning on him. Which one part of me is like, good, serves its ass right. But the other part of me is like, maybe this Negro's waking up. I don't know. We shall see. Crazy Kid, yes, Trevor is still an asshole. Absolutely. He's still an asshole, but he might be an asshole that's waking up. Again, we got to wait and see. Yes, guys, Biden's a piece of shit. Don Lemon's a piece of shit. Hopefully, Don Lemon's get fired. Look at Chris Cuomo and Chris Cuomo and Andrew Cuomo, out of work, out of a job, and all of that pompous liberal supporting rhetoric that they pushed them right out of a job, both of them. Curious, yes, curious type. He is a race hustler. You're right, and a race baiter, absolutely. But still, if this guy is waking up, how many more people can we wake up at least to fight this bullshit, right? At least. And it's just interesting that now he's getting that pushback. He's getting that shit that he was giving other people. He's getting it now, and he ain't liking it. But if he doesn't back down, then I want to respect him for not backing down and not coming out with an apology video. I'm so sorry for saying Big Pfizer was making money off the backs of people dying, you know? Because that's Pfizer's always done that. That has nothing new. There's nothing to do with this. They've always done that. That's what the name of the game is, guys. Make money off of people getting sick. I don't know how, I don't know what other way to put it. Okay, so for those of you that are, I guess, following me in the bullshit I'm going through, as of right now, New York City mayor's vaccine mandate for NYPD is temporarily blocked by a judge. Right? So that's a good news. I'm hoping that news can transcend over to the FDNY. Hopefully. We got to wait and see where this goes. But that's really good news. I heard that earlier today, but I needed to be confirmed before I said anything online. All right, guys. So other than that, we are moving over to the Angry Truth channel. Matthews, yes, I do celebrate Christmas. It's an American holiday. I know some people are like, it's not an American holiday. It's what is it? It's commercialized. Fuck Christmas. I'm like, shut up, twat. It's just a fucking day to have fun and celebrate. Jesus. I mean, I get the personal implications with Christmas, with Christ, Jesus being born. I get it. But outside of that, guys, Christmas is just a fun fucking holiday. That's it. We need to let it the fuck go. People like, some people like, I don't celebrate Christmas. I'm Muslim or I'm Jewish. Don't fucking celebrate it, you twat. Leave it the fuck alone. Christmas is for those of us who still like to celebrate it. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's lost its meaning, but fuck it. It is what it is. And people just, I don't know, being twats about it lately. I don't like Christmas. Just, oh my God. It doesn't mean, it's like, holy shit. It's enough already. It's Christmas, guys. Either put a fucking gift under the tree or leave it alone. And then, Ryan, who cares if it's a pagan tradition? Who gives a fuck? I don't care. I don't. You could look at anything and call it a pagan tradition. You could look at it like Monkey Barrel is saying it's satanic. It is not satanic. Giving a fucking gift is not satanic. If I gave a gift with a dick in it, that's satanic. Right? Or fucking devil horns or some shit, that's satanic. It's just a day to enjoy, you fucking twats. Jesus Christ. And that's the other thing, too. You got people coming to this country who are saying they don't like Christmas because it offends their religion. Then take your fucking barefoot monkey having ass back to whatever fucking country you came from. Leave Christmas the fuck alone. Holy shit. So many people just like they rant about Christmas. I don't celebrate it because I'm a true Christian. All right, Mr. True Christian, take your fucking Scrooge ass on somewhere else. Leave Christmas the fuck alone. It is the one thing we have left in this fucking country that doesn't need to be fucked with. Is that and the 4th of July. Those are the 2 fucking days I celebrate. And maybe my birthday, and maybe the kid's birthday if I like them at that moment. But this is what it is, guys. Christmas and fucking 4th of July. Jesus fucking Christ. People want to cry about everything. Everything. Some of you people on here who saying you're not liberals, you're fucking liberals if you're crying about a fucking day that if it doesn't bother you, why do you care? Leave it the fuck alone. Go to fuck home. Leave that fucking holiday. That's my holiday. And I wasn't a big Christmas guy until recently. Maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm growing a vagina. I don't know. But I really like Christmas, I guess, I don't know. Maybe it's fucking my testosterone's dropping, my estrogen's going up. Who knows? And thank you. Thanksgiving's another one. Thank you, Bada Bing. Bada Bing. Fucking Thanksgiving's another one I like. Leave those alone, guys. Yeah, right, Sophia. Everything's a debate now. Everybody's like, "Oh, you suck the devil's dick if you celebrate Christmas." I'm like, how the fuck did we go there? How the fuck did we go from fucking me liking Christmas to sucking the devil's dick? Anyway, that's sorry about that rant, guys. It's amazing when people fucking cry about everything. They just cry, cry. Let me get you. You know what I'll get you for Christmas? A fucking tissue box. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, sorry about that. We're gonna head over to the Angry Truths channel as of right now. Sorry about that rant. It's just so many people, whatever. Anyway, guys, see you at the on the Angry Truth channel if you follow me over there. For those of you that say it's too late because it's 10 o'clock, have your milk and cookies, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.